Okay, hi everybody, George Focus. Now, I've done this once before and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do it again because I liked it, I enjoyed it. Now, welcome to my man cave. This is my study in my house, not in the office. And I'm sitting here and I'm trying to do some work. So, yes, you're going to see the posters behind, and yes, you're going to concentrate on what's going on back there, but concentrate here. What I want to do today, I was going to do a big email out in regards to the markets. The markets have turned. They've been coming down since the beginning of June. We all know we're in positions at the moment where the markets have come down and stocks have come down. So just a quick video. I just want to cover and I want to go through some of the stocks and what I'm seeing, and I'm going to analyze them so you can see what I see and what I'm thinking in regards to positions. So, you know, the positions that we're in. I'm in cores, I'm in urban, I'm in MU, I'm in SQ, I'm in, these sort of stocks. So I just want to analyze them and just give you what I see in my opinion. But I thought rather than doing it on an email, I thought I'm going to do a video on it and see what you think. So your feedback is going to be great in telling me what you think in regards to this video, because if you like it and you actually sit and watch it and it makes sense, I can do more. So I'm going to go over to the screen, Focus Investor, and I want to cover it. But while I've got your attention here and you're looking at me, just understand that the markets go up, markets go down. If you're going to get emotionally attached to watching the price and going, it's down, it's up, it's down, it's up, you know what? You should be sitting on the sidelines, okay? Because markets will go up, markets will go down. It's not about watching the stock fluctuating. We know it's going to fluctuate. When there's a correction in the market, which is what we've seen since the beginning of June till now, we need to ride that wave, okay? We can't get emotionally attached to that. We need to hold on, because if we look at a position for this period compared to a position for that period, this position in this period here, we could get emotionally attached. But if we look at it the long term, that's what we're looking at, the longer picture. Don't get emotionally attached to the shorter picture. Look at the longer picture. Okay, and the longer picture, the overall trend, and in between the short picture, it's doing that. So that's what I want to do. The purpose of this video is just to go through. Now, I'm not going to cut it and do all that sort of stuff. There's going to be bloopers and me stuffing up and pausing and doing that sort of stuff, purely because I don't want to be sitting here editing. I've got no time to sit and edit. I'm just going to upload it and send you the link on an email and say, watch this. So if you are watching this, you're going to get an understanding of what I'm seeing on the markets. Now, we have hit the bottom of the market. Stocks are now starting to come back up. So if you're in the bottom of the market, stocks are starting to come back up. We don't want to be writing any calls. If you've got any calls in place at the moment, have a conditional order. Make sure you've got the conditional order to be able to buy back if the stock does go up. And then if it does go up, hold. Don't write any more calls, because we don't want to be buying. We don't want to be writing and then buying and then writing and then buying and then writing and then buying, because the broker's making money. We don't want the brokers to make money. We want to make money. So if it means we've got to sit and hold, let's hold. And I'm doing a series of boot camps. Perth was just last weekend. Brisbane is this weekend. I've got Melbourne coming up. Then I've got Sydney. Make sure you get to one of those boot camps, because I'm going to cover in more depth what all this is all about and what we're seeing in the markets. The people that came to Perth loved it, purely because I had one there, a lady, Marie. She's been there since I started, and since she's come on board, and she comes every single time, because every time she comes, she gets value. So make sure you register for the boot camps. If you haven't got the link to register for the boot camp, contact the office and get the link and register. Brisbane this Sunday, Melbourne in 2 weeks' time, Sydney on the 2nd of December. I've got people flying into Sydney. And then we've got the gala. The gala is sitting with us, the team Focus Beyond, and having a nice meal, having a dance. I've got some surprises and just getting together. Investor of the Month's going to be there. You can meet the Investor of the Months, and we're going to issue the Investor of the Year to one of the Investor of the Months. So, you know what? If you're not in it, you're not going to win it. And that's why nominations are there. It's not about, I got exercised. I don't care whether you're exercised or not. I care about the income you've made for the month. So get yourself to the gala. Hang around like-minded people. Network with like-minded people to build your net worth. When you network, you build your net worth, and that's what it's about. So an investment in your future, come to the gala, sit with us, get to know who we are, and mingle, and let's have some fun. Lots of drinks, lots of dancing, lots of partying. It's going to be good. The other thing is this, folks. I'm sitting in my account, just so you know, 3 trades at the moment, cores, urban, and MU, and at the moment I'm not writing any options. I haven't for the last 3 weeks. And the markets have been coming down, now they're coming back up. Now, the reason why I'm doing that, and I just need you to understand, is this. The reason why I'm not writing any calls is because I want to prove that over a month or 2 months, and I don't write any calls, and I've earned no income. Oh my gosh, George said no income. What's going on? I've earned no income. But over a 12-month period, if I can earn 12, 15, 18, 20% on those trades. I don't look at what I've done in a month or 2 or 3. I look at the overall picture, because the overall picture is what's going to give you my results over a 12-month period. And if I said to you over 12 months we've done 20%, 18%, 23, 34, in between that we haven't written any options, I'm sure you're still going to be happy with that. And your accountant's going to be happy with that. So don't look at the short term, let's look at the long term. Does that make sense? Now let's go to the screen and let me show you what I'm looking at and how I analyze the markets, just to get an idea of what we're seeing and what I'm seeing. So you can see why sometimes I don't give out stock picks, and when I'm scanning the markets, what I'm looking for and what we're seeing. So have a look, enjoy, and give me your feedback. Tell me what you think. Did I just say that very fast? I did, because I'm excited. Talk soon. All right, here we are. Let me just go through looking at some stocks. Now, I may be looking at a stock that you've got. I may not be looking at a stock that you've got. This is not about giving any personal advice or personal opinions. This is just purely an overview of the markets the way I see it. So let's just go through it. You've got the watch list on the left-hand side. We've got the Australian dollar that actually jumped up $1.28 overnight. So it is on the way up, but it's still downtrending. And we've got the Dow Jones that's coming up. So if we look at the markets, the Dow Jones was up and now it's coming down and then it's coming back up again. So this is the overall sentiment. We've had a 3-month correction, 3-4-month correction in the markets, and now the stocks are starting to come back up. So I'm going to start with Urban Outfitters. I'm on it and some of you are on it. What you need to remember also, we've got some upcoming earnings. If you don't have this information on Focus Investor, depending on your account, you may need to pay for it, but this also comes on their website. So you can go onto their website, the company's website, and grab this information of when dividends and earnings is. 19th of November, after market, there is an upcoming earnings report. Could be good, bad, or indifferent. We really don't know. But either way, Urban at the moment, right now, as you can see, the overall trend was up. It has come down. The problem I've got with Urban at the moment is that it's come up to the 200 moving average. It's now using it as a resistance level. So the 50 is above, stocks come up, it's bouncing back down. We've got the ADX about to cross over. Negative-wise, there's no increase in volume. We may see Urban come back down to this sort of level before it bounces back up, or it could continue to go down. So if we see Urban coming back down, if it comes down, it'll come down to around the 35, 50, 35 mark, and then it may bounce back up. So just bear that in mind with Urban. We may see it come back down. Some people are on LVS. So LVS, if I come up over here, if you're on LVS, we could see we've got a downtrend around that level. We could see from about June till now, the stock's been coming down. But we've got this big increase, what we call a green day, big increase with a massive volume, and the ADX has just crossed over positive. I talk about the ADX at the boot camps. It's also in the Sydney boot camp if you want to watch it in the movie centre. So if you're on LVS, make sure you've got a conditional order to close out any calls, and then if it keeps going up, the target area will probably be about the 70 mark. If it keeps coming up, don't write calls, wait. Next in we've got is Trip. Trip, as you can see, came down from July, about the July mark till now. It was coming down, and now we've started to come back up. So I could basically draw a trend line down to around that level. It broke it out around here. We're on this uptrend now, and it's heading back up. So ADX is positive, drop in volume a little bit. Could be profit taking, but it's now back on the way up with Trip. So if you've got any shares, again with Trip, if it's on the way up, hold off because we've got a green day. Now, keep an eye over here. If you can see, a lot of earnings is coming out in November and December. So there's going to be times where we're not giving out any stock selections because of the fact we've got a lot of earnings coming out at the moment. Avis Car Rental, we know it's dropped. We can see that it's dropped from May. It started coming back down. And again, in June, it's coming down. I could look at drawing a trend line just to get an overall sentiment of the actual trend, and there it is right there, perfect. We have a hit here, hit here, hit here, here, and it started there. Now, I could also do one at the bottom if I wanted to draw a trend line just to that level there, and it's bouncing between this. We've got a green day, could come up to about the 32 mark. Now, it may bounce back down. If it breaks the 32 mark, we could sort of see it coming up to about the 35, maybe even up to here. ADX is about to cross positive as well. So if it breaks 32 and goes above, then we can see it going up. So if you've got no calls in place, again, majority would be holding at the moment. SQ, stock that I'm on at the moment, we could see it came up, came back down. and now it's heading back up again. So heading back up at the moment. I've got a call in place at 69. I bought it for 71. Got 368 in income on this, so got some really good premium for a week, about 1.6 I think I made in a week, and it's going to get exercised because my strike is 69 and the stock's currently 74. So that's awesome for me. Twitter. Let's have a look at Twitter. Twitter, we've got a decline in volume as the stock was going up. So decreasing in volume over the last 3 days, and the ADX is closing towards the negative. So we have an overall sentiment. If I just go from here to here, you know, it could come up to about that level and then bounce back down. We've got the 50 under the 200. So if you're on Twitter, we may start to see it go down. Twitter has dropped. We could look at writing a call, most likely at about the 34.50 mark for next week or the week after. Let's look at X. X, I've already drawn some trend lines, as you can see. I've just done that. X has gone above, positive, increase in volume. X looks like it's going to start to head up. It could come up to about the 30 mark, around this level here, 30. And if it keeps going up, then we've got this resistance. So 30 around here is our resistance. Then the next resistance is around, you know, 32.50. As it's coming back up at the moment, again, you know, education says don't write calls, hold weight, and that's basically what I would say. With X, you can all see again with X from around the July mark, it came down following the market, normal trend, okay? X also today has got an earnings coming out, so we need to wait a couple of days. Then we've got a dividend of 5 cents, which you will get November the 8th. Yelp, there are some members on Yelp, so I'm looking at Yelp. Also about to cross over positive, heading up on the way, heading up. 50 is above the 200, and it's just above the 200, so it is about to come up. We had a gap here, which is now closed, and now it's heading back up again. So Yelp, I believe, is on the rise. Again, looking at earnings, 8th of November. AMAT, some of you are on AMAT. Let me just do this and this. And basically, we have a resistance level there. And then if I do that, oops, and that's what happens when you click on it. But if I draw a trend line from there to there, touching, whoops, stuffed up, let go of the cursor, touching here and here, this has now broken it, increase in volume, positive crossover. AMAT is heading back up, most likely to the resistance of where the 50 is, or back up here to around the 44 mark. We've also got dividends and earnings with AMAT. ANF, Abercrombie Fitch, came back up, but looks like it might come back down again, probably down to around this 16. So if it does drop overnight, we can look at writing some calls on that. Micron Technologies, MU, which is also a stock that I'm on. I've already drawn these trend lines that I've been tracking. You can see the stock is trading between this resistance level and this support level. If I can extend that, it hits exactly that point. We are now on the rise. This resistance level is around the 45 mark, so it is looking like it's coming up. Some members have averaged down. At the boot camp in Perth, I discussed average down and buying some more, which we did back here when we saw that. So that's one of our strategies. I don't talk about the averaging down in the education. It's something that we discuss at the boot camps, and that's why it's important to attend the boot camps. So MU is on the way up. Michael Kors, another stock that I'm on. As you can see, no dividends, but there is an earnings on the 7th of November. And again, we're just about to get a crossover. We haven't got it yet. Increase in volume, not as much as the previous day, but we've got a nice green day. If I draw a trend line down to there, touching that point, we could see it's broken it. So most likely it will come back up to around this level. So what goes down quickly, what you need to remember, comes back up quickly, but what goes up quickly comes down quickly. So that's what I'm seeing here with Kors. I'm in on it. I'm not writing any options at the moment. I'm sitting and holding. Alcoa. Yes, you can see from May, down trend. Some of you are on it. Yes, you're on it. Again, these instances here, we could write options, hold off, write options. We've got green, so we're holding. If I extend that trend line, it's basically to where the 50 is. 40, around the $40 mark is our resistance, our ceiling. So we've got a positive crossover, not an increase in volume, which should have, because we've got an increased green day, but it is heading up Alcoa at the moment with a resistance of about 40. Seagate Technologies, STX, December dividends, 2nd of November. So that's, you know, tomorrow in the US, today for us, so we'd need to see 2 days later what it does, but it is heading up with an increase in volume and a positive, about to have a positive crossover. So we can see again, if I draw a trend line from, from there down to there, it has actually broken it. So an increase in volume, about to cross over, so we can expect it to come up to this point, if not that point. So that's Seagate Technologies. NTAP, again, 14th of November, January dividend, stock's heading up. It is above the 200, just under the 50. It is heading up. Drop in volume, which isn't good, and the 50s, the ADX positive is heading back down. So this may be short-lived. We may sort of see, you know, it's not straight, but it's hit that point. It may come back down to this level before it comes back up again. So we may see a little drop in NTAP. LNG, let's have a look at that. Some of you are on it. I've already drawn this trend line. We've got a breakout of it coming down. We've got an increase in volume and about to positive cross above negative. With the increase in volume, volume's coming up, stock's coming up. It's now above the 200. That's a nice stock. Not a recommendation or a pick, but I'm saying if you're in it, it's heading back up. Last but not least, we've got ZAG. I know a lot of people on that. Most people have actually closed out with that with a profit by writing the option. Some people are still on it. So let me just draw a trend line. We've got the peak of in the 6 months. Here is the peak. So I'll draw it from there down to there and come across there. So we've got a couple of touches. I could draw another trend line from there down to there, and it's now broken it. Increase in volume and a crossover positive. So where's it going to go? Possibly up to here. If it breaks, it'll come up to here, then up to here, and then we'll probably see it back up to here again. So that's the overall target over the next 3 to 6 months. But it is looking positive. So if you've got any calls, remember also there is an earnings coming out on the 6th of November with ZAG. If you've got any calls, make sure you've got a conditional order. If you've got any calls on any stocks and it looks like it's coming up, make sure you've got a conditional order to buy back and then sit and wait. Folks, George Fokas here in my little man cave study. I hope you've enjoyed this little session. Send me a text. Tell me what you think of this, and if I get a good response, I will do more of these individually with individual trades. I'm going to also send out a ping on the app with regards to this recording. So make sure you have the app and make sure you've logged your trades on the app, because I'm going to do a ping on these individual trades to the members who have got it to say, look out for this link once I've edited it, uploaded it, and then I'll send you the link on an email. Have a great weekend. It is Friday afternoon. Have a great weekend, everybody. Please take care. I look forward to talking to you. Let's make some money. Be safe. See you from me.